I want to thank you sincerely for allowing me to share this story of human weakness and painful lessons, reshaped here with the same heart, but in different words. It's hard to explain how a decade of promises can unravel because of a single unexpected encounter. I've asked myself that question countless times, turning it over in my mind like an unending riddle. Life, I've come to realize, is delicate, like glass that glimmers in the light but can shatter with one careless slip. And I was the one who let it break. Now I stand among the fragments with no partner, no home, no sense of belonging. Daniel, the man who once shared my life, cannot find it within himself to forgive me. And the man I risked everything for is nowhere to be found. For 8 years, Daniel and I built a steady life together. We met during college, full of dreams, carefully piecing together a shared future. He was reliable, grounded, the type of man who remembered every detail and never wavered in his devotion. Our friends admired him, often reminded me how rare it was to find someone like him. And truly, he was remarkable. But as the years passed, our days began to blend into one another, a rhythm of repetition that, while safe and secure, left me feeling restless inside. It was during a friend's birthday celebration that I met Ethan. He was extraordinary by any measure, but the energy he carried was like a rush of air into a room that had long been still. Our conversation lit something in me that I hadn't felt in years. He listened deeply, his gaze locked on mine, making me feel seen in a way I hadn't felt in so long. That night planted a seed I should have never watered. What began as playful messages quickly deepened into something dangerous. I kept telling myself it was harmless, but deep down, I knew I was stepping into betrayal. The first brush of his hand against mine sparked an electricity that pulled me in, and when we finally kissed, I convinced myself I had found the missing piece of happiness. In truth, it was nothing more than infatuation, a desperate escape from my own dissatisfaction. Daniel, trusting as he was, didn't see the signs at first, but the evening he confronted me is seared into my memory. He barely touched his food, then quietly asked, "Who is he?" His voice was steady, but his eyes already held the truth. I confessed everything, every hidden text, every lie about late nights. He didn't raise his voice or throw accusations. He simply wept and whispered, 8 years. I gave you 8 years, and this is what you chose. That was the moment I lost him forever. Still, I clung to the hope that Ethan would give meaning to the destruction I had caused. But reality was unkind. The very moment I left Daniel, Ethan's passion faded. Messages became fewer, excuses multiplied. And when I finally asked him if we had a future, he laughed softly and said, "You're taking this too seriously. I'm not looking for commitment." The ground fell away beneath me. I had destroyed a marriage for a man who never wanted more than a fleeting thrill. Humiliation washed over me. In desperation, I went back to Daniel, begging him to forgive me, swearing I had made a terrible mistake. But his face was cold, unyielding. "You made your choice," he said. "Now live with it." And so here I am, living with it. The nights are the hardest. The silence where Daniel once slept beside me is deafening. I remember his steady presence, the safety of his arms. I remember Ethan, too, the way his attention once made me feel alive, and how quickly it vanished once there was nothing left to chase. My friends don't know what to say. Some comfort me, reminding me that everyone makes mistakes. Others judge me, saying I threw away something precious for nothing. And maybe they're right. Stripped of excuses, the truth is plain. I betrayed a good man for someone who never cared. I called it love, but it was only weakness. Regret pulses through me with every heartbeat, but regret cannot undo what's been done. It cannot erase the pain in Daniel's eyes or the emptiness Ethan left behind. What I've learned is this: betrayal isn't just about desire. It's about blindness. I was blind to the gift I had, blind to the man who cherished me, blind to the emptiness of what I was chasing. By the time I finally saw clearly, everything I valued was already gone. Now I am the woman who threw away 8 years for a stranger who never intended to stay. The woman who lost devoted love and ended up alone. The woman who mistook temptation for fulfillment and was left with nothing but loneliness. If there's a lesson in all this, it's that you must recognize the worth of what you hold before it's gone. Because once you let it slip through your fingers, no fleeting passion can ever replace it. Thank you for walking with me through this story, for allowing me to share it, even in its sorrow. In speaking aloud, I find at least a sliver of peace.